The Law of Action: How to Hit Your Target Every Time by Roland, Byrd. Overcoming inertia. People that won't take step number 1 never take step number 2. Zig Ziglar. You understand the importance of the law of action. Nothing happens without action. Action transforms your dreams and goals from wishes to reality. You understand that actions can be mental or physical. You've created your goal. You've created your action plan. You're taking focused action. You've already taken step number 1. You're also creating new habits, you're making steady progress, and you're just getting started. Remember, the law of action. Nothing happens without action. You must take action to realize your dreams. The truth is, the need for action never ceases. You're always taking actions. Even before discovering the law of action, you were taking action every day. If you're alive and conscious, you're taking action. The crux is, those actions probably weren't carrying you consistently closer to your goals and dreams. Chances are, they were random, even unconscious, with little to no direction from you. As you know, a life of random, unconscious actions creates people who are cause and effect mechanisms. That's life, but that's not living. People who live that way aren't consciously creating their lives. They're existing instead of living. They're simply reacting to everything that happens. They're like ships with no sail, motor, keel, rudder, or captain, tossed about hopelessly on the stormy seas of life. Is that how you choose to live? I didn't think so. Now it's time to put your action plan in motion. To do that, you must overcome inertia. The law of inertia. An object at rest will remain at rest unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. An object in motion continues in motion with the same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. An unbalanced force is a force that disturbs the equilibrium of the object, changes the direction of motion or the momentum of the object. You must start moving because a body at rest stays at rest. Unless you take action and start moving towards your goal, you're going to remain still, or something else. An external force unrelated to your desires will act on you and move you in the wrong direction. That will never get you what you want. Once you start moving towards your goals and dreams, that's when the magic starts, because a body in motion stays in what? Right. A body in motion stays in motion. When you're in motion, you build momentum, and momentum creates miracles. When it comes to your goal and the direction of your life, momentum is a cumulative energy that carries you forward. Every action you take adds momentum. Some actions add a little, and some are a giant push, but they all increase the energy that's fulfilling your goal. It's true, it takes more energy to start moving than it does to keep moving. That means it's going to take more effort on your part to get moving towards your goals than it will to keep moving toward them. But it also means that once you're moving towards your goals, it takes less effort to keep moving toward them. Here's a secret. If you keep applying the same energy to your goals after you're moving that you did when you started, it'll dramatically increase your speed. The good news is that you're already in motion. You're reading the law of action. You're doing the exercises. You're consciously using the law of action in your life. You've already taken consistent action and are building momentum. That's awesome. Keep at it. Now is a critical time in the realization of your goals. It's easy to think, I'm already taking action and making progress. I can ease off a little and still make it. Avoid that trap. It steals your momentum. To successfully realize your goals, you must make daily action a habit. Otherwise, you'll lose momentum, slow down, you might even stop. Sometimes we take consistent action for a while, then we get distracted by other things in life, or things aren't happening fast enough for us, so we stop taking consistent action towards our goal. What happens then? Right, we slow down. Eventually, we stop moving forward. Then our goal becomes a disappointing memory of what we thought we could accomplish. Often, we use this as evidence to support disempowering beliefs about our abilities. Damaging labels like failure or quitter get thrown around. We might rationalize that we didn't really want the dream anyway, so we can feel better about giving up. There is nothing sadder than a person who's given up on their dreams. When a person gives up on their dreams, they're really giving up on themselves. Sometimes they give up because they didn't understand how to achieve their dreams, or they don't believe they deserve them. Sometimes it's because they lack belief in their abilities, or worse, They listened to well-meaning people who tried to protect them by telling them that their dreams were impossible. Well, I'm telling you right now, your dreams are possible. Here are a few simple rules to help you avoid these traps. They'll also help you build and maintain momentum as you bring your goals and dreams to life. When you don't feel like working on your goal because you're tired or discouraged, work on it anyway. When you feel like you're not making progress, work on your goal anyway. When someone tells you to give up on your dream because of, insert their comment here, tell them, thank you for your input, and then work on your goal anyway. When your own brain tells you to give up on your dream because of some negative comment, tell your mind, thank you for your input, and then work on your goal anyway. When you feel overwhelmed, anxious, or like you're not good enough, think of 10 things you're grateful for, write them down, and then work on your goal anyway. Do you see the pattern? I never said this was easy. It's not always puppies, kittens, sunshine, and rainbows. If it was, everyone would have complete success in all areas of their life. But you can do this! You can achieve your goals. You're miles ahead because you're taking action. But not just any action will do. Remember the analogy of hacking away in the wrong jungle? Your daily actions must move you toward your goal. Otherwise, they're wasted effort and possibly hurting your progress. Now understand that not all of your daily actions will carry you closer to your goals. Many of them will be unrelated to your goals and dreams. When we're discussing taking focused actions, I'm referring to the time you spend every day working on your goals and dreams. That might be 30 minutes. It might be an hour or two. It might be longer. The critical distinction is this. The time you spend working on your goal or dream must be focused, no distractions, and the actions you take during that time must move you closer to your goal. Period. What's that have to do with momentum? Great question. Imagine you're tasked with moving a huge log that's lying across the road. It's blocking traffic and people are getting angry, but it's your job to move it. You walk up to it, examine it, and then see a robin. Its red breast seems to glow, its head bobs, and its eyes twinkle as it hops around on the ground nearby. It flies to a tree that's just inside the forest. You really want a picture of it, so you pull your phone out of your pocket and follow the robin into the woods. The robin keeps darting from tree to tree. You chase it. You finally get close enough to take its picture. That done, you remember the log and wander back to the road. By this time, the people are really angry. The line of cars stretches as far as you can see. Horns are blaring, people are screaming, and no one is offering to help. You try to calm the people down, but it doesn't work. So you shake your head and walk back up to the log. You try to figure out how to move it, but are having trouble thinking of a way. Then you notice a buck in the woods with a 6-point rack. The deer stares at you like it wants your attention. Forgetting about the log, you follow the buck into the woods, hoping to get its picture. Does that seem ridiculous? That's how many of us spend our time working on our goals and dreams. The log is the task we need to accomplish to move to our next step, but we allow ourselves to get distracted again and again. Things that should take minutes to accomplish end up taking hours, or worse, not getting done at all. When you take hours to accomplish a few minutes worth of work, what does that do to your momentum? Yeah, it kills it. Here's another way this scenario could unfold. You're tasked with moving a huge log that's lying across the road. It's blocking traffic and people are getting angry, but it's your job to move it. You examine the log and realize it's too big for you to move on your own. So you stand on top of the log, motion for people's attention, and make an announcement. I need help from the strongest drivers in line. If we work together, we can easily move this log. Within minutes, a group of strong drivers has gathered. Working together, you move the log off the roadway. You thank them. Everyone involved gets back in their cars and goes on their way. The robin was still there. The buck was there too. You never noticed them because you were focused on the task you needed to accomplish. That's what removing distractions and taking focused attention accomplishes. It gets the work done. Then you can move to the next step, the next action. What does that do to your momentum? It builds on it because you're taking actions that move you closer to your goals instead of flitting randomly about chasing butterflies, or robins and bucks in this case. 4 keys to overcoming inertia. Set time aside every day to work on your goal. Remove all distractions possible when working on your goal. Before taking action, ask yourself, does this move me closer to my goal? Pay attention to what's working and do more of that. Let's examine each of these in more detail. Golden time. Set time aside every day to work on your goal. This is critical. Your goals and dreams aren't going to fulfill themselves. They require what? Right, action on your part. If you aren't willing to set aside or make time to work on your goal every day, then how can you take consistent action? You've heard many people bemoan the fact that they haven't reached their goals, or that they have dreams that are unattainable. Of those people, how many of you heard use the excuse that they don't have time to work on their dreams? Most of them, if not all. Lack of time is one of the biggest excuses out there. It's easy to blame lack of time and a busy schedule for our inability to create the success we desire. Do you know any people who use this excuse? Do you know any of them personally? Have you perhaps used this excuse from time to time? I know I have. I used to think I didn't have time to work on my dreams. So my dreams remained dreams with little hope of actualization. Then I started making time to work on my dreams, making that time a priority, and an amazing thing happened. My dreams started coming true. Understand what the excuse, I don't have time to work on my dreams, really means is, I'd rather spend my time doing something else. I know, ouch, but it's true. Since you're reading this book, I know you're ready to take action on your dreams and goals. So I'm going to tell you something that I'm positive you can handle. In almost all cases, someone who doesn't have time to work on their dreams and goals really has either a time management problem or a priority problem. How can I say that? If they truly wanted to work on their goals and dreams, they'd find a way. That might seem harsh. I know most of us feel that our time is maxed out. What I'm referring to is the fact that we all have bubbles of wasted time during our days. Some have huge bubbles and some have small bubbles, but all of us have time we're wasting, time we could redirect towards our goals and dreams. Consider this. How much time does the average person spend watching TV or movies? How much time do you spend surfing the internet? How much time do you spend on social media sites like Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc.? How much time do you spend playing computer or console games? Is that time helping you move closer to your goals and dreams? Is it helping you grow as a person? Is it helping others? That behavior is indicative of both a priority problem and a time management problem. Choosing to make things like social media and entertainment more important than goals and dreams is priority misalignment, and using time that could be used on goals and dreams to goof off equates to time management issues. And it really means that what you're saying is goofing off is more important than achieving your goals. Yes, entertainment is important and play is important. We all need time to unwind and leisure time. Otherwise, why are we working so hard? But unchecked entertainment, internet, TV, movies, gaming, etc., it isn't healthy. Endless hours of TV, movies, gaming, and social media is escapism. It's addictive. It's zoning out from reality. Worse, it's the choice to live stuck in your present situation instead of doing something to change it. The point is this. If you think you haven't time to work on your dreams and goals every day, then perhaps it's time to take a look at the way you're using your time. If you make the choice to spend 1 hour less on play or entertainment, then that's 1 hour you can easily dedicate to your dreams and goals. You'll be amazed how much you'll accomplish if you dedicate even 1 hour every day to your goal and dreams. My friend, mentor, and Hall of Fame speaker Patrick Combs calls dedicating an hour a day to your goals and dreams golden time. He introduced me to it years ago, and honestly, it's how I've written over 8 books. Golden time means dedicating an hour a day to your dreams and goals. The secret is to remove all distractions during your golden time. No email, no phone, no surfing the internet. Work exclusively on your current action step of a goal related to your dream. Yes, that means you must have a goal. An hour a day is an insignificant amount of time to set aside. It's small enough that almost anyone who wants it can find a way to do it. But when you add those hours up, that's the magic. 1 hour a day over the course of a year is equivalent to 8 weeks of work at a day job. That's 2 months of work towards your goals and dreams. What will you accomplish when you give 2 months of dedicated, focused attention to your goals and dreams this coming year? Starting on the next page, I'll reveal how to get the most out of your golden time. Remove all distractions possible when working on your goal. Distractions steal momentum. They're dream killers. Every time you shift focus from one thing to another, it takes time. When you notice and act on distraction, it not only shifts your focus, it can derail your thoughts, making it difficult to get back on task when you decide to leave the distraction. Life is full of distractions. The trick is to remove all possible distractions and train yourself to ignore those you can't remove. This might seem difficult at first, but it gets easier with repetition. First, we must identify our personal distractions. Once we know what they are, we can more easily remove them while we're working on our goals and dreams. The following things might be distractions and are very easy to remove temporarily: email, instant messaging, social media, cell phones, TV, internet, talk radio, gossip, online games. The nature of the distraction depends on the type of work you're doing to bring your dreams to life. If you're mostly working on a computer, as I do, then things like email, instant messaging, and social media can be huge distractions. With discipline, these can be ignored. You can also close the applications or turn off your internet connection when it's not needed. That might sound extreme, but most programs don't require the internet to function. And if there isn't an active internet connection, no emails or instant messaging will come in. When you're finished with your daily dedicated time, then you can turn them back on. If your goal or dream requires you to work with others, gossip can be a distraction, not to mention the negative influence gossip has. How can you work on bettering yourself if you're busy professing others' weaknesses? Gossip is the devil's radio. George Harrison. Talking about current events unrelated to your goals also wastes time. Listening to talk radio when you're supposed to work on your goals and dreams is a distraction. Many talk radio shows are steeped in negativity. Allowing yourself to work in a negative atmosphere is like throwing a wet blanket on the fire of your success. At best, it dampens the fire. At worst, it'll smother it. Instrumental music, classical music, or white noise types are okay because they produce relaxing background noise. But music with lyrics and talk shows make it hard to focus wholly on your task. When your attention is split between the lyrics of a talk show host's chatter and what you're trying to work on, you're much less effective. Regardless of the work you're doing toward your goals and dreams, cell phones are a huge distraction, especially now that email, the internet, and social media are on smartphones and begging for attention. It's best to turn off your ringer or even your phone while you're working on your goals and dreams. If your phone must stay on, then disable notifications from your social media apps and email. A good measure when determining if something is a distraction is to ask yourself this question: is this helping me achieve my goals or dreams? If the answer is no, then avoid it during your golden time. Before taking action, ask yourself, does this move me closer to my goal? It's possible to build momentum in the wrong direction. As you realize, that steals momentum from your goal because the energy you could apply to your goal is going somewhere else. If the actions you're taking aren't moving you closer to the successful realization of your goal, then they're the wrong actions to take when you're working on your goal. This ties in with distractions. The difference is you can take valuable actions that aren't associated with the goal or dream you're working on. Understand, there's nothing wrong with those actions themselves. They just need to be done at a different time, otherwise they're self-sabotage. Even if the actions are things you need to do or are helpful for other things you're working on, if they're not aligned with the specific goal or dream you're working on, they can and should wait. If your goal is to write a book about cooking healthy meals and you're using your dedicated time to research how to build a better canoe, or you're cleaning the garage, those are the wrong actions. If your goal is to get healthy and fit and you're using your dedicated time to watch videos about how to invest your money better, wrong actions. You must be protective of your golden time, the time you set aside to work on your goal and dream. That means protecting that time from distractions, from other people who might derail your actions, and from yourself using it for other purposes. So make sure you schedule your golden time during a part of day that minimizes or removes these conflicts. I personally use the time between 5 and 6:30 a.m. every day. During your golden time, always keep the question in mind: Does this move me closer to my goal? Use that question as the litmus test against all the actions you take. If you want to do something but it doesn't move you closer to your goal, then it is a distraction. You should either avoid it entirely or set it aside until later. Got it? Great! Pay attention to what's working and do more of that. This might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be amazed how many people aren't paying attention to the results they're getting. This is feedback, plain and simple. When you aren't paying attention to your feedback, you won't be able to build on your success. Building on your success is one of the fastest ways to build momentum. And momentum creates what? Right. Momentum creates miracles. First, open yourself to feedback. Then watch, listen, and feel the messages that feedback is giving you. Take those lessons and use them to improve your actions and yourself. When feedback tells you an action is really working, do more of it. You can also fine-tune the actions and get even better results. Paying attention to your results allows you to discover what's working. Discovering what's working allows you to build on those actions. Building on actions that are working allows you to increase momentum. Increasing momentum skyrockets your ability to successfully achieve your goals. You can do this! Now that you're mastering the art of overcoming inertia and building momentum, let's discuss the power of taking inspired action. Action points. The need for action never ceases. Give time and attention to your goals and dreams daily. Remove distractions while working on your goals and dreams. As little as 1 hour a day gives you the equivalent of 2 months at 40 hours a week working on your goal every year.